we're gonna.
Yo, we lit, we live, Skol gang in the house, hosted by D-Roy, you know we about. Colin and Money Apple is bringing that fire, Vikings pride, we never tire. In the land of the purple, we rep all day, Skol gang 365, that's how we play. Football season's here, you know the drill, so kick back tight as we keep it real. Rumors flying high, breaking news on the line, from the dome to the field. Vikings gonna shine, we're not worried about the Bears, Lions or the Pack, just a Viking ship sailing, ain't no looking back. Fuck the Bears, fuck the Lions, fuck the Packers too. If you're with the Skol gang, then you know we coming through. Get your Viking news and rumors here first. In D-Roy's lair, yeah, we quench that thirst. Catch us in the locker room, scheming on a play. Colin got the stats, knows the game like a ballet. Pop us in the zone, brings the heat like a blast.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
I do not recall the intro song being that aggressive.
Hey, I think he switches this shit sometimes on every week or something. It's good, bro.
Oh man, how's it going?
Man, what's going on with you?
Doing good, doing good. Just enjoying the training camp talk,
Man,
as
hell yeah,
everybody.
man. It's about the same thing, bro. And just getting my work here, just trying to check in with the crowd, man. We got some exciting shit going on today, man. Hey, let's jump right into it. So, as what I've heard, I guess, and sometimes this is a good thing, sparks and shit on the team. They say, I guess Aaron Jones got popped, and the lineman, Will Fry, the beast we just got didn't. I guess he didn't like it. He let Brian Asamoah know he pushed him or something. I guess he got punched, man. So you said it right too, and he's probably a goner, bro.
Yeah, he's acting like he's a starter going up against our starting O line like that. You can't swing as a third stringer and expect to keep your spot on the team.
Yeah, I thought he think he had like Miles Garrett type of clout. Hell no, man. You got to think they got to now. It's to the point where they got to weigh their options, bro. You got to think they're going with this guy that means most of the team now. Shit.
Right. Yeah, it's never good. But on the flip side, though, like we've been so fucking hungry for an O line that gave a shit and had that kind of fight to
Man.
him. So for Will Fries being new on the team to go up against someone that's been on the team for a handful of years, even if it is just Brian Asamoah, and say like "fuck you," don't do that to my offense and pushing him. Like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
put that shit in my veins. I need it.
Hell yeah. Setting the record and letting me know, like, man, we're setting the tone for this shit. And then you got to think, man, Real Fry, they said he's a, man, he can stay up. They say he's a mountain mover, man. He's like the interior shit we've been hoping for years around here.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt,
So
bro.
I mean, but I think it was God. I was facing on the name, but someone was saying the other day, like when you go
What's
up
up, bro?
against the same players every day in practice, you're gonna have tempers flare because it's the same people chirping, it's the same plays run back to back to back. That's why the joint practices are so much fun. It's because it's finally some new blood, it's some new looks. It's not the same people chirping the
Yeah.
same shit every day. So
I agree with you, bro. And I gotta imagine that not only are the cuts on the defensive side gonna be real fucking real intense, but Brian Flores he's got to be having real good dollar fun with that shit. And I'm hearing that Jeff Okuda's been playing real fucking well, and that he's fitting real well with the system. He's fucking turning heads a bit. So and remember I said a while back, my hope would be to at least see if he could like scratch out like a cornerback three type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's not starting, maybe like a slot, getting it, put him in a nickel or whatever they could do with him just to make the roster. And that would be nice. I think if you just off the fact, he used to play for Detroit, and he's probably trying to get his career back together. He should be inspired, man.
yeah, like the first couple days when they were saying like, "Oh, Kuda doesn't look diseased," it's like, okay, cool. Like we brought him in for nothing. He's done nothing in his career. Like if we could even have him be like a decent special teamer, we'll take it because we could use a gunner. But it's
Yeah.
through almost 2 weeks of training camp now, and he hasn't lost his spot on the first team defense. It's him, it's Isaiah Rogers, and it's Byron Murphy as the top three corners. Like they're sprinkling in a little McLeathern. We've seen a little bit of that
I heard that name.
Vaughn, undrafted guy Vaughn, who's been kind of making some plays here and there. But Akuda
Yeah.
hasn't done enough to where they're like, yeah, no, we're going to demote him to second and third team because he's just not hanging. Like he's given fits. So I'm not saying he's going to go out there and be a top 15, top 10 corner, but if he can be a top 32 corner, hell yeah.
Man, if he could at least help, at least boost the secondary in any kind of way on top of what we have already, you know what I'm saying? Making a nice play here, nice play there, be a nice spark. I would like to imagine that when he played Detroit, he would at least be probably have that one circled on his calendar. Uh, man, for real, bro. That would be a nice thing. You gotta think that's one of my of the couple of different concerns I have. Obviously, JJ McCarthy, just due to the fact he's a rookie and he's the main question mark. But the secondary, that's my other that's probably my only other real concern. I mean, I know we got some pretty damn good safeties back there to help on the back end and help these guys, but Byron Murphy, even as good as the season he just had, bro. 7 interceptions, I think it was, and he was high rated. I'm not so sure he can do it again, bro. I mean, even and
Right.
not at that level for sure. But I do, I'm hoping he can, obviously. But in Isaiah Rogers, um, if he could be the cornerback too that we've been hoping for, we've been waiting for since what 2 years ago. I mean, what are we missing on defense, bro? We're so loaded at edge and on the defensive line right now. It's not even fucking funny. We got decent linemen. We got linebackers. Ivan Pace. I mean, we got everything. All the ingredients are there, bro.
Right. Well, and even at safety, like we sit here and we talk a lot about Harrison Smith. Obviously, we obviously talk a lot about Josh Metellus, but Theo Jackson's been making plays. He's got a couple really like heads up interceptions through camp so far. Granted, one of them against Sam Howell, but like he seems to have a nose for the ball. And even Titans fans were like, he wasn't great, but you could see he had talent. They kind of wanted to keep him to let him develop. Like we had Xavier Rhodes for 3 years, who was just nothing but hands, drawing penalties all the time. And then for
Yep.
2 years, he was an elite shutdown corner. Like secondary is not an easy
Yeah.
position to
Yeah.
transition to. So like especially with Byron Murphy, like yeah, he had interceptions last year, but there were also some plays where he got burnt. If he could have that Xavier Rhodes progression where like in year four,
Yeah.
all of a
Okay.
sudden is like that guy and he could all of a sudden start being somewhat of a shutdown corner, that'd be fantastic. And Akuda, like
Yeah.
if Florence trusts them, if
That's a
Florence
good
trusts
point
them,
you
I
make,
trust
bro.
Florence.
And that is interesting. You got to think corner is one of those positions, bro, where you said, man, you could be it one season, and the next year it doesn't look the same. Like he went from getting called Xavier Rhodes. Was he went from roads closed to roads open. Whatever they started calling him. As I say, bro,
Yeah.
it turns on you, man. And like I said, I think Brian Flores, he's the X factor. He's the ticket, and I think I would hope that when we come across a team that has elite offensive line, he has some kind of switch up. 'Cause I see some in the games last year. He's holding true to his guns, bro. He's not letting up on that blitz. He's not giving any kind of help on the other shit. I don't see the adjustments really to be being made. He's willing to die with what he's got going on. But I wouldn't even chance thinking of going against what he's done, man. If just for this team and some of these players like Cam Bynum, man, we weren't even thinking about that guy about being anything special about a season and a half ago. We were thinking about maybe this guy might not even, man, maybe can we trade him off or might make kick him off the team. This guy is what he got.
Right.
Man, this guy's what he got 66 million from Indianapolis.
And I'm not following the Colts training camp, but from what I have heard about him, is he's not looking super hot over there. So like all
Really?
these people that wanted us to keep him said that well we should have paid him because he's a good locker room guy. Well, great, you're a good locker room guy, but what are you doing on the field? And the turnovers are nice, but you have to play consistent ball to get that 15-20 million a year. And from what I've heard out of the Colts training camp, he's not looking like a $15 million a year
Wow.
safety right
I'm
now.
like, God damn, yeah, like 20 $15 $20 million a year. And that leads me to my next question for you, Matthew. With Josh Metellus, I think Winkle did curse us with it. We didn't have to pay him right away, but we could have let this season play out and see how things went. I was on the mindset that we were going to do that. So I understand they tried to say he can line up in five different positions in the secondary and all this type of stuff. And I know he's a good player, and I expect him to have a good season. But with that kind of payout going all the way right now, giving it to him now, do you think they were really that worried of him? Is he that good? Maybe I'm missing something. Is he that good? Because it seems like they're getting him out the way because they're scared if he goes crazy this year that ticket's going way up.
That's exactly it. Like we're looking at what Dallas is doing with Micah Parsons, where he's clearly one of the best linebackers in the NFL. And now you got Jerry Jones out there saying like, "Oh, he's just posturing with this trade talk. This is just a part of negotiations. Like it's just what like they're not going to pay him." Whereas the Vikings are sitting there looking at him going like, "Shit, like Cam Bynum wanted 15+ million a year." But now with Metellus' extension, it's technically like a 4 year, 40 million. So we're only paying him 10 million a year. So if he does pop off, he's
Hmm.
locked down. So even if
Right.
he ends up being just kind of a middle of the road guy, you're only paying him 10 million a year, which is
Okay.
not top end money. So and if he does
Okay.
pop off, then you have an absolute steal. And Metellus is on the Power Trip show talking about like people don't understand. I'm a top five safety, and we all know he's not, but he's
Uh
got that mentality, and he is a guy that can play all over the field. And so whether he's a top five safety, who knows? But when you have someone that can play successfully at five different spots on the field, including defensive tackle, yeah, 10 million a year is an absolute steal for that kind of versatility.
And yeah, yeah, especially if you're thinking like that, if he's that versatile, you got to think the ceiling got to be more because you got to think he hasn't really had that much of a chance to really show us what he can do. I mean, he has, but he hasn't been like a full time starter where he's seen like got a full season out of him like that. And I know they got to deal with Theo Jackson. I'm pumped. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, man. I'm hoping to see what he can do. What's up, Darren? Oh, there you go. Nothing much,
Yo,
man. We
yo.
just doing a little recap and shit about right now we was talking about Josh
The
McTellers.
departure of Brian Asamoah, or the soon to
Hey,
be
like I
future
said, hey, like I said,
departure.
hey, remember what's the name of that corner that was that accused Jefferson of DMing his girlfriend and he told Jefferson it was about a year or two ago and he told him you better sleep with your fucking eyes open. Was that Breland what's his name?
Brashad
Breland?
Breeland
Was that was it him?
going on Twitter telling fans to suck his dick and shit.
Yeah, and then yeah, they told that motherfucker told Jefferson, yeah, I heard you been DMing my girl. You better sleep with one eye open. Man, they released his ass within 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I can see that coming with Brian Asamoah too. I mean, I've been hearing about his potential too, but shit, I tell you right now, Will Fries is more important. Goddamn it, you don't fuck with him right now. I don't want you lifting a finger towards him. This the new and improved Minnesota moving company. Goddamn it, I don't want no motherfucking third stringer talking shit or thinking he about to throw punches. He lucky he didn't get his ass gang tackled.
Well, Aaron Jones is an old man. You can't just late hit an old man like that.
And yeah, like, dude, this is like, bro, are you trying to impress Mr. Flores right now or something? Like, bro, this is we're just starting training camp. How the fuck you popping Aaron Jones like that? That's the whole reason we got what's his name Mason from the goddamn 49ers so we can be wear and
Oh,
tear. And
speaking of him,
that
he's
might be the
looked
X factor for him.
filthy.
Hey, for him to all those broken tackles from average 5.5 a carry, that's the muscle man. That's the dirty work guy. So we'll let Jones focus on doing his little shit out the backfield to help McCarthy out and keep him fresh for for whatever down the line, whatever we might be able to put together, just so he's not nicked up.
Well, he just looks fast as shit. Like, say what you will about not being able to tackle in pads during training camp, because we know you can't like go full bore. We get that, but when he hits that open spot, he's a bullet, man. I haven't seen that speed since prime Dalvin Cook, and we've been desperate. Like Aaron Jones was good last year. He was consistent. He was steady. He had a career in yards, but he never had like a oh my god, that was an insane run. And what I'm seeing from Jordan Mason in training camp is he's had a few like he's gone. He's gone.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, and then you got to think with the offensive weapons we got, for pass catchers. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need Kevin O'Connell to just really not only with the balance, uh, create that type of shit. If we got a run game that's going good, I mean, we popping. I don't want him to just rely on it and just pound it to the ground. We got the kind of weapons, bro. After we get them reeling, we got these guys now. They got the 8-man front. Toss this shit over the top, man. Because I know for one thing for a fact right now. We'll see how he adjusts to the game, and we see him take some big hits, and the experience that comes with it. But I know one thing about it, Jason McCarthy. He has the arm to reach the guys that we have, man.
Hmm.
I'll say that much so far, and I'll leave it out, and I won't go any further. But I definitely believe in the kid. And what I'm hearing is, all the touchdowns he's throwing and all that type of shit. They'll just try to make it seem like the defense is not, going that hard on him. But I saw some reviews, man. That defense, they've been challenging them, man. Dallas Turner and then I know I don't know if you guys seen him the same shots out, man. They're not just letting them get shit out there, man. They're making the kid work.
Well, so there's that practice. I think it was what Tuesday, where supposedly the offense in eight plays they were only I don't think no in 8 plays they couldn't even go past the 10 yards or whatever.
That,
And
that
everyone's saying
that's
like,
oh that's
oh,
the video. Yeah. Oh my good. Yeah, that's the one.
well, people on Viking Twitter are saying like, "Hey Flores, like it's not the Super Bowl. It's practice. Like you don't have to go that hard." I fuck that. Make it the Super Bowl because if you go that hard in
Right.
practice, that's only going to make like the preseason's a joke. The starters don't play. The only like legit snaps they get are in the joint practices. If you can make their life hell in practice, that's only going to make them ready for the regular season. Yeah, it sucks if a player gets hurt, but they can get hurt in the weight room. I want them to be ready. So
Yeah.
Flores, who
Yeah.
had a top 10 defense last year and is probably going to be better this year, that's only going to make the team better.
And no bullshit. And I like a little fight, a little spark, a little fight. Like that lets show the guys are involved, man. That's the type of shit you need. You gotta think. I'm pretty sure them guys smooth that shit over by now. He's probably still gone though, 'cause they don't need the friction. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head, bro, with that kind of potential. Um, I'm thinking, yeah, with Flores, with the kind of approach he has, yeah, for sure, I'm thinking top 10. And just the what we could credit up front for the middle, just to stop the run. Um, Jonathan Allen, we interchanged him. Dallas Turner. I was surprised they were letting Dallas Turner nick off on motherfucking McCarthy. He put his ass on the ground a couple times, man. Like I said,
Right?
but he needs to feel that because even though he's technically kind of like a rookie, even though he'll be technically a sophomore, we never really seen him get blindsided or throw a bad pick and react to it in a real game yet. Now I will say he was lighting the preseason up. Um, Worst case scenario, what I'll say, and I'm past to John. He's got the best supporting cast, I would say, damn near in the NFL as far as roster and head coach to get excuse me, from bearing pants to get through that, to you know what I'm saying, not let it hang over him. I think Jefferson will be a spirit lifter for him. They already hang out going to Timberwolves games and shit. I believe, man. I'm going to trust Tom Brady on this. Tom Brady said it out of his mouth. He said it on live. He said this kid was up next. What's up, John?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We were just doing a little
How
recap.
far do you think the Vikings will go this year?
See,
Honestly,
that fact that would if that factors a lot on what JJ McCarthy could be right away and how far and how easy, you know what I mean, how fast he can implement it. He can even be a game manager. I'm giving us 10 wins, but if he could if he can like come off and be like have like a CJ Stroud type year, I don't get to asking me that. I don't even want to delve into that. You don't even want to hear what I got to say. The possibilities. You got to think. You
and
know, it's a paper roster, and you know there's
let's
injuries and shit happen.
not play around here. I mean, he's got a good offensive line set in front of him. He's got running backs. He's got receivers. He's got weapons. I mean, honestly, he could have as good a year as Jaden Daniels, possibly better. Considering, well, technically, I mean, it's his rookie year, even though
Right.
last year should have been his rookie year, but
That's how I was trying to say it earlier. I'm
that
telling you
got
right now,
derailed. But
John. I've been letting Matthew answer too. If he has a Jaden Daniels type year right now, I'm telling you, we're at least making the championship game. If he has a Jaden Daniels type year, I'm just going to say, you guys can call me out on with this roster. If he's Jaden Daniels, what he had for rookie season, shit, the sky might be the limit.
and I mean, like I said, it's a little different because he got to spend an entire year watching exactly see what Sam Darnold did. I don't know if he was on the sidelines, but I'm sure that he's like reading plays, seeing what defense is. It's a little different sitting on the sidelines or watching on a monitor compared to being on the field. But I'm sure he got a good lesson on exactly how the NFL is going to operate, and I guess you'll see come week one, in full motion. So should be interesting.
And well, like obviously we have a different schedule than last year, but we heard all the stories about last year. Every time we played a new team, McCarthy was sitting in not with the defensive meetings, but they had to break down the defensive coordinator, what type of defense was ran that week, their plays. Like he was tasked with breaking down every defense, even though he wasn't stepping on the field. So like even though it's different teams, now he knows like, oh, this formation means this. This defensive coordinator runs this, which means they're more likely to do this. Like I don't think he's going to be taken by surprise. And Jordan Love sat on the bench for 3 years in his fourth year when he was a starter. Packers fans all season, yeah, he's in his fourth year, but he's a first year starter. He's a first year starter. So,
Yeah, he
like,
did.
the Vikings have a massive expectation just because we won 14 games last year. And I hear people like Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky say, like, this is an NFC championship caliber team. I say, if you win a playoff game, it can't see his first playoff win as a coach. And that narrative for McCarthy, he doesn't have to go to the NFC championship game. We're supposed to
Right.
buy that Jordan Love's a top seven quarterback with one playoff win through his first 5 years in the league. If McCarthy can get a playoff win in his first year, starting second year in the league, yeah, no, I'm going to be miserable to talk to because I'm going to do nothing but talk mad shit.
Man, I no bullshit, and like I keep telling a lot of fellow Vikings fans, man, you can't panic. We got to get this kid some like now Chicago. That's a pretty good test, I believe, on the road opening week because they got a pretty good defense, and Caleb Williams is gonna be trying to do his shine. Ben Johnson wants to try to set the tone for his resume on the NFL. I believe, bro, we got to give him at least a good 4 to 5 weeks to get acclimated, just off of experience alone. And he's gonna make mistakes, man. I'm not even looking at wins or loss for like the first month. Now we're getting obliterated and getting our ass kicked off of Fox networks and shit. Now we have to talk. But if he's out there fighting, if he's even showing progress as a quarterback, and he's making the right start, progressing in his reads, and he's not taking shots because he does have happy feet. He will take off with that motherfucker and get him some yards, bro. I like that about him too. Um, I like I said, that Chicago game. I'm calling that 50-50. I'll give them a slight little edge just off of them being in Chicago. But that's a nice starter test, I believe, for him, bro. And like I said, like you said, Matthew, 14 games that would be unrealistic. With this schedule that they gave us this year, like I said, even reaching double digits, the whole North, they laid it on us with the. I saw a stretch for each team on the North where motherfuckers might not win a game for 5 weeks, and
Right.
I could pinpoint that later.
Yeah,
Man,
Jared,
so
you go ahead and then I have one more. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I thought Jared wanted to say something. I wanted to piggyback one more thing on Florida Love real quick.
I was just gonna say because like I remember 2000, no 99 was when Dante Culpepper got drafted. He didn't play the entire year, and people had skeptical questions because he didn't play a snap in the NFL. How he was gonna do? 2000, they won the division, went to the championship game. You know, even though
No,
the ending was pretty disastrous, but
fuck that championship game, dude.
yeah, right, right. But I'm just saying, even Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was
Right.
drafted 2017. Didn't play the entire year. Played 2018 and got to the championship game.
He said, "Fuck that game."
Right.
Hell
Unfortunately,
no, dude.
it'd be nice to score a couple touchdowns, get some points, but that didn't happen.
But that's the
So
Yeah,
reason I
yeah, that
take the
didn't
risks
even
like
fuck.
that. But David McCarthy, that's why I said, bro, I went and got the jersey. That's why I'm taking the risk I'm taking with it because, and the main reason is because these assholes and all these rivals we got around here, seeing how that's the main question mark, even though they don't even believe what they're saying or just want to troll, they want to attack Jason McCarthy about the system. He's the handoff king, and oh, Michigan was winning that natty without him, even if it was that roster. There's a lot of people, especially like guys like Timothy Mayville, aka Tim Isaacson. He's just not even giving the kid a chance. He's a bust. He didn't have nothing to do with the reason that Michigan won, even though it was the first championship in 28 years. He's telling me the kid can't throw. It just pure. Basically, the Vikings are fucked to have this kid. Is what he's
That's
telling
not
me.
well,
that's not the only Michigan fan
That's
I've
a
heard
low
say
point.
that. Like,
well,
majority of them had said that they don't trust McCarthy. He's got a weak arm and shit. I'm like, all right, dude. Well, you're gonna
well,
be sorely mistaken once the
They're
season
setting the bar
starts.
so goddamn low on him that even if he just looks halfway
Yep.
decent, I might troll. But I'm thinking that if he looks really good, a lot of people, man, there's gonna be some crow sandwich getting passed around here like a motherfucker, and
So,
I'm not gonna let him down. I got screenshots and all.
well, you
well,
remember Woody Lyons?
all I know is like, once JJ McCarthy starts proving these motherfuckers wrong, I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear, oh man, I thought it wasn't like that. Nah,
Of course
stand on
he's
what
doing that.
the fuck
'Cause he's
you're
got
saying
Justin
about JJ McCarthy.
Jefferson.
Well, remember Lions fan Woody? Because he's a Michigan Wolverines fan. He said that you know what, if he stays healthy, you get a good offensive line, you get some decent weapons around him, and he thinks the weapons we have right now we're a legit threat in the North and possibly the NFC. So
And I get
I'm
I
gonna
think
just
Jay McCarthy's not anyone to be sleeping on.
that's how I combat it too. They say, well, he had the best receivers, he had the best running back, he had the best offensive line, defense, and all. He had all this stuff in Michigan. I'm saying, what the hell? What, does he just have like cheesecake over here in Minnesota?
best
It looks like he
receivers.
got the same shit over
They
here.
were third round draft picks.
It looks like he got the same shit over here in Minnesota if you compare those positions. God damn it!
I unless you're a diehard Michigan Wolverines fan, I don't think anybody can name his starting three receivers that were on that team. All they can do is talk about his running back who did nothing in the NFL last year, and Cortland Loveland, who he had for one season. But I'm going to break it down by quarterback by team in the division. Jared Goff, the Lions didn't draft and develop his ass. He went to a Super Bowl in fucking LA, and they traded him for Stafford, and he came
Scored
here
0 points.
and he went to an NFC Championship. He hasn't been
Yeah, he
back
laid
to a
an
Super
egg
Bowl.
in the
He'd
Super
already
Bowl.
been to one. Caleb Williams last year, the freaking Bears went out. They got DJ Moore. They drafted a Doomsday. They went out and signed Keenan Allen. And what did they do? They regressed by a game or two, and he had a whopping 20 touchdowns. Jordan Love. It was his fourth year in the league, his first year starting. Granted, you could be like, well, he has
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
a group full of wide receiver twos, wide receiver threes. He doesn't have a lot of talent to throw to.
Fours.
But people forget his first 8 weeks, he was dumping off to running backs. He was throwing screens. He wasn't airing it out. You look at that New Orleans Saints game. He got down that game-winning field goal drive off pass interferences. He wasn't completing passes. That last drive in the fourth quarter, it was incomplete, incomplete, incomplete pass interference field goal. So, like, some of those wins they got weren't even on him. He had a really good second half of the season. But if anybody in this
Yeah, he
division
turned it
wants
on.
to say that McCarthy sucks, if he's struggling through the first 4 games, you're full of shit.
I agree. I mean, wasn't his receiver in college Rome Wilson?
I'm
JJ
not sure.
McCarthy?
Yeah.
I have no idea, and that's exactly my point. Like, I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't watch college ball. But
Right.
none of his actual starting receivers were drafted in the first 2 rounds.
Me neither.
They're all
Right.
third round picks or later.
I don't know who they is.
And now he's got at least, at worst, I should say, the number 2 receiver in the NFL, a top 5 wide receiver too, a top 5-ish tight end, and now he's got 2 good running backs in the rebuilt O line. Like, this is going to be the best offense he's ever had to work with.
Jalen Naylor too, who'll probably be the number 2 once Addison has to serve his suspension. So
Yeah, he's been a little dropsy in camp so far. I hope he figures that out. But
yeah,
It's
these guys have to
it's
realize,
because of
especially people
all
like
the
him, it's
muscle he
just like
put on.
you're still playing for your position. So
yeah, especially in the contract year. I had a lot of faith in KJ Osborne in his contract year, thinking like, oh, he's going to be a decent wide receiver 3. Then he really let me down. I hope Naylor doesn't do the same thing. But again, we still have Rondale Moore. Ty Felton, I guess, has been looking super sus in his first training camp, which he was the last pick of the 3rd round. So I don't think anybody expected him coming out guns a blazing. But again, we have TJ Hawkinson, we have Josh Oliver, who was really efficient last year. So he's got plenty of weapons to go to.
Just need him keep getting that ball out fast, and when he takes off, be smart and get down. We don't need
hey,
him risking no
hey,
injury. He just need to be smart,
hey
man.
Minneapolis, how many bets you got going on with these clowns in the group?
I'm looking for more. I know that
I
much.
got 2 bets. I got 2 bets with Serial. He says that they're going to sweep us. I think
Oh
that's
my
what was, and
god.
the other one was for $20. The other one was $20 that who's going to win the division, Lions or Vikings. So I got that, and I got a bet with Izzy saying that the Vikings. He said the Vikings won't get more than 7 wins.
Off the top of my head, I
Hundred
got
dollars. $100. He said. He
off the,
said they
off
won't
the
get
top of
seven
my head.
wins.
Off the top of my head, I got 100 going with Tim on who gets more wins out of the Vikings and Lions. But I
Vikings.
got a few different shit going. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it while the getting's good. You got to think just like last year. Once we get the busting ass and oversee the expectations, it's gonna be hard to get a bet around this motherfucker.
I'm like, I
I,
gotta
You gonna
take.
have to.
I gotta take this bet. Remember a year ago, I had a $200 bet with Joe Thibault. The Vikings won't get no more than 4 wins.
that's crazy.
And then Austin Pace. Remember that, Darren?
I
And then
was in a group last.
and then when he lost, he said, or when we got the 5 wins, I was just trolling.
Well, I was in a group chat last year that was started by Tom Novan or whatever, and there was a handful of Bears fans in there that were just chirping mad shit. They were like, "Oh, Caleb Williams is going to be the next Mahomes. The Bears are for sure going to have more wins than the Vikings." And I was like, "The Vikings are going to have more wins than the Bears." And I had a Bears fan bet me $50, and sure as shit, he ghosted me and never paid me up that $50. Like Dan Orlovsky said going into last year, if Sam Darnold stays healthy, he's going to have more yards than Caleb Williams. And I shared that video and they laughed and laughed like it's Sam Darnold, the Vikings suck, blah, 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 blah. And then we won 14 games. And you better believe I never saw any of those Bears fans not even chirp back, but they didn't pay up. Like, that's the same thing this year. Like, oh, you guys are going to suck. You guys are going to suck. I'm sorry, but didn't we fucking sweep you? Like, didn't you guys win 5 games? Like, Caleb Williams, granted, it's practice. I saw that video everyone's looking at. He couldn't even hit the 4 spots in the net today, standing still with no pressure. Bro can't even hit a net from 15 yards away. And we're supposed to be like, oh, look at them come. We're going to be a 10-win team. No, the Vikings are going to be better than the Bears. They're probably going to be better than the Packers. The Lions are still really good. They have a stacked roster. We'll see what their new coaching staff can do. But yeah, this whole like the Vikings are going to be a 6-7-win team. Shut the fuck up. No, our
I'll be
defense
honest with
alone
you.
is good.
I think the Packers will be a better team. I think the Lions will be the team that's going to falter.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so. I think the Vikings and the Packers are going to be better than the Lions.
I think so.
I don't know if it's just my lifelong hatred. I just don't see what's so special about Green Bay. Granted, they drafted Matthew Golden. I get it. He wasn't the best receiver in the draft. I don't think he was the second best receiver in the draft. It's what they needed. I don't think he's going to be like this. Oh my God! Now this offense is going to be unstoppable. We'll see if their running back can have the same success he had last year. Their defense, like it's just kind of it's good. I mean, yeah, they were I think if not top 10, close to top 10 last year. I'm not discounting their defense, but they just haven't done enough compared to the other three teams this offseason and through the draft to be like, oh, they're going to take this huge step. I think that they have either the second worst, if not the worst overall roster in this division.
Matthew, what do you think the Vikings? Which area do you think the Vikings need? I wouldn't really say improve, but do you think they have question marks at this position? Which position do you think that the Vikings might be suspect at? Looking at the roster right now.
It's the same one we've all, I think like 90% of Vikings fans agree it's the cornerback or just secondary in general. But like Money and I were talking when the show first started, Jeff Okuda, the first couple days of camp, it was like this cutesy story of like, hey, Jeff Okuda's practicing with the starting defense. He's going up against, or not going up against, but he's lining up with Isaiah Rodgers and Byron Murphy and look at him as the starting three corner. It's like, oh, that's cool. Like they're probably just seeing how he can hold his own. Well, now we're almost 2 weeks through training camp, and he hasn't done enough to lose that spot. Not only that, but they're saying like he looks good. Like he's actually giving fits to these receivers. So I'm not saying that he's going to live up to that number 3 overall build, but Isaiah Rodgers looks super sticky. The undrafted corner Vaughn has big size, and he's been turning some heads. McLovin's looking pretty solid in his second year. Byron Murphy, obviously, we know that he's a really good corner, or at least has really good corner potential. So I'm not nearly as nervous about our secondary as I was before. I'm not saying that they're going to be like the Xavier Rhodes, Trey Waynes shutdown type unit,
Right.
but with this D line and with Akuda actually looking decent, and even Justin Jefferson saying like this guy is a pain in my ass, and Justin Jefferson is saying that, I don't think that. I mean, they could be our weakest group, but I don't think they're going to be a weak group.
Yeah, I
Right,
don't think so either.
like I deal with a lot of Lions fans, and they think that they say Jeff Okuda should be moved over to safety. They think that he should be the other safety next to Harrison Smith, and then you have Byron Murphy and then Isaiah Rodgers as your corners. So
And
even
just
that's
what put Metellus at corner.
huh?
But we have Theo Jackson, we have Metellus. So, like, are you going to move Theo to corner? Are you going to move Metellus to corner? Because you can't have Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rodgers, and Dwight McLovin being your top 3 corners. Like, we need that corner size in Akuda.
Right, but they're just like considering that Jeff Okuda is injury prone, so put him at safety
Yeah,
would be the probably the best way to preserve him, and then he gets better visual of the offense that he's going up against.
but then you're going to have to move one of the safeties to corner to make up for that spot. Because, again, I don't want just having Rodgers and Byron Murphy as their corners, then it being a question mark after that, just to preserve Akuda's health. Like, you're going to need some tall guy on the outside to make up for him not being a tall guy on the outside.
Hey,
Because Isaiah Rodgers is going to be a slot corner. He's good, but he's small. He's like 5'10", so
oh, he's only 5'10"?
Yeah.
I think so.
Jeez. Yeah, nowadays
So,
you have to be at least 6 feet or 6 feet and taller to really make it in
right,
today's league because of the size of the
right.
wide receivers today.
Which is why I'm liking what I'm hearing about Vaughn, because that clip that went around of him sticking to Addison, like Addison's not a big receiver, but Vaughn was considerably bigger looking than him. And I'm hoping that we can have what God, who was the corner that we had that really good 1 year, and then he went to the Raiders and sucked again. He was like a fan favorite, but he was kind of iffy in the middle of the field, but he was awesome in the red zone. Like if you targeted him in the end zone or the red zone in general, that receiver probably wasn't coming down with the ball. And if Vaughn could even fill that role for us and just shore up our red
Are
zone
you talking
defense.
about Denard Walker?
No, it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
He was only on the team for a year. And yeah, we shipped him off to the Raiders, and fans were like, oh, we should have paid him. And then he went to the Raiders and absolutely sucked. I think we actually brought him back for like 2 days last year, then cut him. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was just kind of whatever in the middle of the field.
I know who you're talking about. Too. I can't think of his name.
Right. But like, but he was just awesome in the red zone. So
Not glad.
Yeah, all right.
Glad rest in peace. Fuck.
no, we didn't draft him. We brought him in as a free agent. had him for a year and then shipped him
Yeah.
off to the Raiders and then brought him
Yeah.
back in for like 2 days last year.
What team he came from again?
I don't know where he came from, to be honest.
Oh, but he went to the Raiders next.
Yeah, and then he was
After
only there for a year, and then they cut him, and then we brought him back for like 2 games. He was like a fan favorite on Twitter because he was always interacting with the fans, and
Duke
he was a
Shelley,
really nice guy.
talking about, right? Duke Shelley.
Huh? Duke Shelley, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, again, yeah, he just, between the 20s, he wasn't great, but like when he had to stand his own in the red zone, like he was breaking up passes and making plays. So, you're wrong, Ron. JJ's going to light it up.
Fuck it.
He's supposed to be starting a series on Saturday against Houston, right? McCarthy?
So what's Caleb gonna be doing Monday night? If you don't mind me asking.
I heard Caleb Williams looks really terrible in drills.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Ben Johnson's an absolute mastermind of a play caller, and I think it's just going to be a hard offense to grasp right away because, again, it's only been 2 weeks. But you want to talk about, like, well, it's JJ's first year starting. Well, it's Caleb's only second year starting, and it's a completely new system. So they're really kind of off on the same foot.
But they started off 4-2 last season, and after that Hail Mary, that was pretty much the end of that was the end right there. That really sucked the
Right.
energy out of them completely. So they finally
Yeah.
got their win against the Packers, which was pretty much their Super Bowl.
They honestly should have swept the Packers, and that just goes further to my point about it. I don't think the Packers are all that great.
Ron, who on your defense is supposed to, welcome him in?
Montez Sweat? I mean, he's good.
He's good. He's good.
I mean,
I remember
but again,
a couple of years ago when the Bears got him.
Outside of Montez, not really.
Caleb was doing great. That's why he's getting benched.
I remember 2 years ago when the Bears got him in free agency. It was a free agency, it was a trade. They made a trade with, I think it was Washington, and he came in. The game, I think, was a Monday night against the Vikings, and he was the reason why we lost.
You don't even have Parsons, dude.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, they want to sit there and be like, oh, JJ's going to have fits because we have Sweat and no longer Parsons. But Caleb Williams had happy feet last year, and he was holding the ball too long and getting sacked like crazy last year. And now we have Allen and Hargrave. Grenard's taking another step. Everyone's saying that he looks like a freaking Defensive Player of the Year candidate right now. Dallas Turner looks like he's taking another step. Andrew Van Ginkel looks like Andrew Van Ginkel.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. I've heard rumors about Parsons wanting to be traded, and I guess what would be a good fit for him? It's really hard to grasp what Parsons wants. Does he want money, or is he looking to be on a winning team? Is he looking for Super Bowl? So I guess
Money.
these are hard things to really grasp.
I mean, I think he either goes to the Raiders or the Steelers.
I think it's all money. He wants to stay in Dallas. He just wants to be respected with a paycheck. And like the comparison I saw was Khalil Mack because he was 27 when Chicago traded him. Granted, Khalil Mack had 3 expensive years left on his contract that San Diego had to eat, but they only gave up a 2nd rounder and a 6th rounder to get Khalil Mack. You're obviously going to have to give up more to get Micah Parsons because this is his last year of his contract, and he's a year younger, and he's just better than Khalil Mack was. But you could probably get him for a 1st and a 2nd or 1st round equivalent type player in a 2nd or a 3rd round pick. But I don't think he cares about going to a contender. I think he just wants to get fat checks.
Right.
We'll see if Jerry even trades him. Jerry's doubling down and saying, like, F him. He can say what he wants.
If he were to come to an NFC North team, which team do you think would be the team that would go for him, and what would be the best fit for him? I guess Chicago would probably be the better team for him money-wise because he'll probably get the money, but we obviously
That's the thing is,
like, if he wants to win a Super Bowl, it'd be us, Detroit, or Green Bay. So
I understand the cap is a myth, but the Lions next year, I think, are negative $43 million in cap, and we're negative $60 million in cap. So unless we shift some major money, or we just decide to look at either Van Ginkel or Grenard and say, hey, instead of paying you, we're going to pay this guy, and we move on from them, we can't afford it. I don't think Detroit can afford it. I think Green Bay has the worst defense in the division. They have the most cap, and they just got Hafley last year, who ended up being a respectable defensive coordinator. I think that would be probably the best option for him if he were to come to the North.
I guess we'll have to see about that, Ron.
I mean, do they? They don't have Darisaw. They don't have O'Neal. Both of our tackles are better than either of the tackles the Bears have. Our center is better. Yours is a. I mean, we can. I mean, Ryan's kind of injury prone. I suppose that's not a great comparison, but your center is not great. Will Fries. I mean, if he lives up to what he was the first 5 weeks last year, our only question mark is Ricky Donovan Jackson.
See, no, that's the only thing that you said that's been intelligent.
That I do agree with that. And how about Darisaw? Like Luca on the Valhalla Hour had said a month ago, like I wouldn't be surprised if Darisaw's back week 1, and I was the one constantly poo pooing and saying like a guy that size getting hurt that bad that late in the season, he's not starting the season on IR or on
Yep, you got him from Atlanta.
Yeah, and he's not great. Look at his great pass blocker. His run blocking was like 58 on PFF. His pass blocking is terrible. So good luck. You're going to be able to run the ball with Devontae or whatever Swift. Congrats. But as far as a pass blocker, he's mediocre. And you're paying him more than we're paying Kelly. So, yeah, I don't know, man.
Not too worried about him or Jonah Jackson.
Yeah. Jonah Jackson, what, from the Rams, right? Yeah. So, but I mean, we could all argue about whose O-line's better. Obviously, we'll see, but we obviously have the better tackles. Ryan Kelly is just the better pass blocking center. We'll see. Yeah. You have a good run blocker. Congratulations. That's going to help Caleb a lot. Hey.
A lot.
Oh, what's up? We got two Matthews on here. All right.
Hey.
What'd you think of Jared's Hall of Fame speech?
Right in the feels.
Yeah.
I did like his thing about finding your why.
Yeah. I haven't seen the full speech yet. I saw the clip where he was talking to his daughter saying, like, you are my legacy. It's not about the jacket. Like, having two young kids, like my kids just had their birthday parties today. My daughter just turned 5. My son's just turning 7. So that hit me right between the eyes. Like, he's just a wonderful human. I'm super happy he finally got in. Just an A+ human being.
What are you guys talking about?
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
Oh, and then when he split his pants?
Yeah.
He also did throw shade at the Bears.
Yeah. Chicago. And like his bust, the bust of his face, it's one of the best looking ones I've seen in a long time. Like that is a spitting image of what he looks like, and he deserves it, man. He's a class act. His sack celebration belongs to the Hall of Fame in itself.
Yeah. It is. Oh, it is.
Tootie. Well, that's a horse of a different color. I guess you do have a better O-line. Sorry. I'm being a little salty towards the rest of the division right now, as per usual. I'm just so sick of this. Like the Viking, like I'm a big TikTok guy. I know that's I'm a little old for it, but whatever. And I'm seeing all these top 10 lists of division rankings of like, which are not top 10 lists, are like the top 4 quarterbacks, top 4 running backs, top 4 D lines, and the amount of disrespect we get from all these division fans. So like the Vikings have the 4th best D line in the division. They have the 4th best O line, 3rd best running back group. Like, I'm sorry, did Grenard and Van Ginkel, were they not both top 10 in sacks last year? And we brought in Hargrave and Allen. Exactly. Like all we did was improve an already strong D line, and somehow we're supposed to believe that we're the 4th best D line in the division. I'm sorry. Hey, Green Bay, how's Lucas Van Ness working out? Was that worth a 13th overall pick?
You know
Probably
what you
not,
say?
right?
You know what you say to these guys? You say, you know what? We have the best defensive coordinator in the NFC North, so we can get more out of less, and you guys get less out of more. How does that sound?
Right. That's the
Can you
thing. Is like
imagine if Brian Flores was the defensive coordinator for 2022's defense? Oh my God! Could you imagine that?
honestly, that's the thing. Is like we didn't have any like Harrison Smith's got the club because he's Harrison Smith, but he's also 35-year-old Harrison Smith last year. He's not prime Harrison Smith. And the amount of production we got out of guys that outside this division you probably couldn't name. And now we have name brand players in Hargrave, in Allen, and now Grenard and Van Giegel are household names because of how well they played last year.
Yeah,
And like that's all people are saying out of training camp is like you can tell this defense knows the Flores system now. There's no hiccups on this defense.
yeah. And you and I both, talked about this that we play better when we're underrated.
Yeah.
Let them sleep on it. I don't give a shit. Let them sleep, but they'll find their words in the end.
right. Well, all we heard last
TikTok
offseason
is
was
too.
how
What did he say?
too hard.
TikTok is too harsh to my Bears. What?
Yeah, TikTok shits on the Bears and the Vikings.
No,
It's
guys.
all Green Bay. It's all Detroit.
TikTok being harsh to the Bears is expected though.
Green Bay to the NFC North is Dallas to the NFC East. They look at the success they had 10 years ago and think that that applies to their current team when like they have a few handful of good players here and there, but they're just kind of like a 10-win team. They're not contenders. They're like it's just you hear the Green Bay Packer name, you hear Matt LaFleur, and you just expect great things. I just don't expect great things from them. I think that we have the upside as our team being young and having improved in free agency. Green Bay obviously had or not Green Bay, Chicago had a really strong draft. I love the Loveland pick. I love the Warden pick. They really did a lot of good on that offense. They obviously, like Ron is saying, they fixed their O line. Green Bay better not F up. They could be the worst team in the division this year.
I think that's going to be the Bears. They're going to be the worst team.
And that's going to be all on Caleb, like us with McCarthy. If Caleb ends up picking up that Ben Johnson offense and he can connect with those receivers, the Bears' defense is really good. Their offensive playmakers are really good. If Caleb Williams can be really good, this should be a really good team. And if McCarthy can be really good, the Vikings should be a really good team. The thing is, Jordan Love has been good, and the rest of the team hasn't. And they haven't done enough to fix the rest of that team to carry Jordan Love. So I don't know. I guess what would you guys rather have? Would you rather have 98% of a good team, but a quarterback that holds you back, or a top 10 quarterback with a defense that doesn't hold you back because they were a good defense, but they weren't good enough to win a playoff game, or an offense full of wide receiver threes?
I think I'd rather have the top 10 quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. I feel like that's what we had with Kirk for 5 years, and everyone shit on it because we couldn't win a playoff game. Like, if we're just looking at pure numbers, he was absolutely a top 10 quarterback more often than not on this team.
Yeah. And somehow he's still to blame for the defensive
Well,
struggles.
well, you got to remember though, Kirk Cousins was a quarterback that was playing under Mike Zimmer, who was a defensive mind. So, um,
And it took 3 years to have a meeting with him.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, what JJ McCarthy doing?
Weekly meetings.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we talk about KOC, but Josh McCown, massively
But,
underrated coaching.
but you got to remember one thing: Kirk Cousins was all about money. He was not
Yeah,
about winning playoff games. He was not about winning Super Bowls. He was about money.
It was
I
about
don't
the
think they
cold
didn't want to win
cash.
a Super Bowl. Like we saw on the quarterback show, he has a
He's
trophy
made,
spot in his house specifically for Lombardi. I think he wants to win, but he wants the money.
but I mean, he made more money than Tom Brady with
Yeah,
an NFL contract and salary. He made more money than Tom Brady.
but I'm saying if you
That's
just break down the
insane.
pure numbers of how he did, like his touchdown to interception ratio was always good. He was always a high volume passer, always had a good passer rating. Like statistically, like even if you look at all-time rankings, he's top 10 all-time in touchdown interception ratio, completion percentage, passer rating. He just couldn't win, and that's because his contract took away from the defense. We couldn't put out a top five defense like we had with Keenum because we
Well,
couldn't afford to do it.
not just that, also a good offensive line to protect him. Tom Brady
Right.
knew. Tom Brady knew it was like, hey, if I win Super Bowls, I might not have the contracts, but I'll have the endorsements. So I'm gonna get paid
Exactly.
somewhere. And Kirk
Right.
Cousins he never saw it that way, I guess. So
Kirk
And
Cousins
that's
is
the
getting
thing
paid 40 million this year from Atlanta.
to probably sit on the bench. Yeah.
yeah, Kirk Cousins,
He's the highest paid bench player in the league right now.
Well, and
it's
that's what I love about
insane.
McCarthy too. Is earlier in the week when our offense got their asses kicked and they couldn't convert a first down in practice, they asked McCarthy if he was upset about it. He's like, "No, I want to get punched in the fucking face. I want to learn from this. I don't want to have an easy route. I want to take my licks. And if we can get 2% better every day, that's 2% better than the day we were before." He's got the mentality of like, not every day is going to be a good day, and it's on me. Like you said, Kirk was all about the money. He wasn't about winning. McCarthy straight up said already, he's like, the only thing that matters in this league is winning. Like, you can be good, whatever, unless you're winning, no one gives a shit. He knows that the only thing that people care about is winning. And so hopefully he internalizes that and makes it happen.
Holy shit, the next
Right.
2 years.
Deion Sanders once said on what was it? I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. He said he talked about his kids, playing in the NFL. He said, you know what? You have to worry about greatness. With greatness, money will follow you.
Yep.
With greatness, the money will find you.
What's going on, Chesterton?
What was
So
that?
Kirk's capped hit in
Oh,
26 and 27, 57 and a half.
holy shit. The Falcons, man. That's a dumb organization right there, man.
Well, and we talked about this the last couple of weeks too, but this season the quarterbacks where Kirk straight up said, like, oh, had I known Atlanta was going to draft Michael Penix, I never would have left Minnesota. I would have taken the deal they offered me because at least I would have been we're in a state where I love, a team that I was familiar with. But he thought he was going to for sure be the guy for at least 2 years in Atlanta, and he wasn't. Now he regrets going there. So kind of worked out for us in the long run. I was a huge Kirk guy. I still am a big Kirk guy. I think he's a good guy. I think he was a good quarterback. It just it didn't work with him, and it's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm super happy that that's through the in the past. I'm super pumped for McCarthy.
Right. It's kind of like, okay, are we playing to just look good? Are we playing to win a Super Bowl?
Right.
I mean, Kirk
So
Cousins
and
just isn't the guy. When we got him in 2018 after 2, 3 seasons, you could tell it's just like we spent 84 million on this guy. And the thing was he's gonna take us to the Super Bowl, and that's not gonna happen. Which to this
well, he kind
day,
of gave us. I
I'm
was like,
sorry.
he kind of gave us that false hope against the Saints in 2019 with that road win against the three seed. And then we
Right.
got smacked by the 49ers the next game, but the 49ers ended up going to the Super Bowl that year. And it's like,
Well,
okay, I'm like, oh shit.
the
And then that was
49ers
it.
had a fucking raw ass offense, and then their running game was just brutal.
Yeah.
The running game was just fucking brutal. So, but hey, we didn't get
Yeah.
blown up by them. We were tied 10-10 going into halftime, and then they scored 2 touchdowns, was pretty much did it in the second half. So,
Well, then they went to Green Bay, or not went to Green Bay. I think Green Bay went there the next week, and Green Bay got
and they were
smoked with
down 27
MVP
to
level
nothing at one time.
Rodgers.
They were down 27-0 at one time. Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, I mean, I see a weird section of Vikings fans on Twitter saying like, "We have a 1 year window. We have to win the Super Bowl this year. Otherwise, what are we even doing with McCarthy? We should have brought in Aaron Rodgers. We should trade back for Kirk. Like, get some of vet in here that could play because
Oh
we
my
don't want to."
God. Those are Vikings
Yeah,
fans they need to be euthanized. Seriously.
I don't understand it. Like, this is not a 1 year window team. Like, I get Hargrave is older. I get Allen's older. But God, like Grenard's not ancient. Andrew Van Ginkel's not ancient. Dallas Turner's going into year two. Ivan Pace is like we went from being the second oldest team in the NFL last year to now I think we're the 16th oldest team. Like we're getting youthful and still staying good. Like we have a 3 to 5 year window with this team.
The one thing I wish the
Yeah.
Vikings would have done was maybe try to keep Daniel Jones as the backup. That's the one thing I wish they could have done.
Yeah. We're down to 2 minutes, by the way.
All right, what's everybody's closing thoughts? Start with you, Matt.
The next time we do a Skol 365, we'll have a preseason game under our belt. Some Vikings football. Skol.
That's right. Get ready for NFL season. Get ready for the state fair. Got a lot of shit going on here.
Yeah, no shit. Get the smoke out of here, Canada.
It's the best time of the year. Football's back. Life is back. Tailgating continues. And
Yeah,
I'm going to training camp in about
but
9 days.
Hell
VIP,
yeah.
baby.
but the one thing I'm not looking forward to is fucking snow in the goddamn crazy cold. I'm not looking
Oh,
forward to
no,
that
you don't like the
bullshit.
snow, eh?
No.
Oh, no.
As I've gotten older and as I drive trucks, I'm like, no, I don't like it. Fuck it.
Yeah. How
My
about you, Darren?
my final thoughts are, Lion fans, don't sit up here talk shit about JJ McCarthy when Dan Campbell got outcoached in the Hall of Fame game.
But it was
Right.
just a preseason.
My
Hendon
final
Hooker is the future.
my final thought is Chad Datema, is that how I pronounce his last name? And Darcy Maville. Two of the corniest Lions fans to ever walk the face of the earth. Both stupid. Both look like brothers. I mean, I can go on. And they're Lions fans. Well,
Boo.
Darcy's actually a Bills fan, so
Yeah, he don't count. All right, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Skol.
Soul.
Skull out.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 Palmcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.